Let's just jump right in. Investing in real estate? It feels pretty intimidating, doesn't it? Well, today, we're going to break down how you can actually get a piece of the action for less than what you'd probably spend on a night out. You ever find yourself scrolling through property listings online, kind of dreaming about owning a piece of the city, only to feel, well, completely and totally locked out? If that's you, you are definitely not alone. Yeah, the traditional path, it's like a fortress. It demands a massive down payment, a perfect credit score, and let's be honest, the willingness to deal with all the headaches of being a landlord. For most of us, that just feels impossible. But what if I told you there was another way in? A kind of side door that lets you get into the real estate game without having to buy the entire building yourself. So, let's talk about REITs. This, right here, this is your entry into the real estate game. So what on earth is a REIT? Well, it stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. But the simplest way to think about it is like a mutual fund. But, instead of buying a basket of different stocks, you're buying into a whole portfolio of actual properties. And the process is actually surprisingly simple. A REIT owns properties. Think malls, office buildings, apartment complexes. The tenants in those places pay rent to the REIT. You go and buy shares in that REIT on the stock market. And in return, the REIT pays you your slice of that rental income. That's it. Exactly. The REIT acts as the landlord, so they handle all the management and the maintenance. You just get to be a part owner, collecting your share of the rent, without ever having to fix a leaky faucet. Pretty cool, right? 90%. This is the golden rule right here. By law, REITs have to pay out at least 90% of their taxable income back to shareholders, people like you and me. This legal requirement is what makes them such powerful cash flow machines. Okay, so the idea is pretty compelling. But with so many REITs out there, how do you actually pick a winner? Let's break down a really simple 3-step framework you can use. First up, look at the stock price history. And I don't mean what it did today or this week. That's just noise. You want to pull up the 5-year chart. This shows you its long-term track record and, more importantly, how it held up during the tough times. You're looking for resilience. Next, step 2, check the dividend yield. This is your annual return, your paycheck from the investment. For solid, stable companies, the sweet spot is often somewhere between 4 and 6%. That's a great benchmark to keep in your back pocket. And now for what I think is the most critical test of all, the dividend history. Remember, the goal here isn't to get rich quick by flipping a stock. The goal is to build a reliable, passive income stream that pays you consistently. You're basically interviewing this company to manage your money. You want to see that history of consistency. Are they reliable? Are they dependable players? Their track record is your best clue. So here's your checklist. Do they pay out consistently, like clockwork? Do they increase the dividend over time? That's a fantastic sign. How did they perform during a major stress test, like back in 2020? And crucially, have they ever cut their dividend? A cut is a major, major red flag. This all brings us to the ultimate goal, doesn't it? The power of passive income. It's about making your money work for you and not the other way around. A dividend is your direct share of the profits. Think of it as your reward for being an owner. It's money you can literally make in your sleep. And the long-term vision isn't just about getting 1 or 2 paychecks. No, it's about building an income-generating machine that piece by piece works for you, potentially for the rest of your life. So what's the secret to making that machine grow all by itself? Well, it's a feature called DRIP, which stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan, and it automatically uses your dividends to buy even more shares in that same company. Let's just walk through this powerful cycle. Your REIT pays you a dividend. Then, instead of that cash just sitting there, DRIP automatically reinvests it to buy you more shares. So now you own more of the company, which means your next dividend payment is even bigger. It's this beautiful wealth compounding snowball. Okay, so let's bring this all home with what I think is the most important takeaway from this whole explainer: a new investing mindset. This is about a fundamental shift from seeing the world as a consumer to seeing it as an owner. Think about this for a second. The next time you walk into a mall or check into a hotel or even just sit at your desk in an office building, I want you to ask yourself, who actually owns this place? And this highlights the 2 different mindsets. A consumer spends money at the store. An owner collects rent from the store. A consumer pays for the hotel room.
an owner earns income from it. It's a really powerful shift in perspective.
And here's the big idea to walk away with. Every single place you currently spend money could also be an opportunity to earn money. Look, this knowledge gives you the blueprint and the tools. So the only question left is, are you ready to start building your own real estate portfolio brick by brick?